think this is on. Hey, I think I'm trying to do this. This is one watching. Just testing this out. Ugh. Stand up right straight here. Put my goofy things on here. I'm hoping Dan, my brother, comes on and tells me that I'm not doing this properly. What I'm doing is editing a really old movie that we did. This was shot in, I think, 2007. So I think it's over 10 years old. One of the issues that I have at this moment is problem I have right now is it's kind of a neat shot there. Actually, I haven't seen this stuff for so long. It's crazy. I'm hoping you guys can't really hear what I mean. It's not like mostly it's just us yelling at each other. Wow, this is Jeff Carpenter, Jeff Dickinson. Sorry, I was calling Jeff Dickinson. There's a friend Spence. I forget how like crude this is or anything. So really, oh yeah, what I was going to say, the issue I have right now is the this is old HDV footage, so it came out in clips, like giant really just giant MPEGs. So I'm not really going to, what I usually do when I edit something is I'll bin it, you know, put it in nice bins together, like per scene, so kind of collect all the footage, kind of like the assistant editing part of the job. But I never have an assistant editor, so I end up having to do it anyways. I'm not fancy like that anyways. I kind of enjoy it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna really lazy out on this one, and right now I have it all on an entire timeline. I think there's like 7 hours of, yeah, just over 7 hours of footage. So, oh hey Forrest, how's it going? Oh yeah, just with the title and stuff. There's so much stuff you gotta work with. What can I? How do I change the? Oh yeah, work. I should just change that. Editing. BRAINZONE. Cutting a micro budget sci-fi short. I should say bad. 10-year-old. See if that works. How do I save that? I'm a live newbie. What is the project? Well, this is... I was just talking to myself, so it's, you didn't miss anything. How the hell did I say this? It says all changes saved, so maybe that did save. This is a nothing fancy. This is a short. Well, it was supposed to be a feature-length movie that we shot. This is kind of one of those projects I mentioned in the podcast we did together. It's one that we didn't end up finishing. We didn't really even end up editing this at all. Like, I just feel terrible. Like, I mean, at least give it a shot editing it, right? And so that's kind of what I want to do. I don't know how far I'm going to get with this. I thought it was going to be a fun kind of live stream test idea, is see how far I can get with this. It's this really crazy science fiction thing. Wish you could turn off the notifications on that. Yeah, it's... Yes, I do remember what camera it was. This was shot with a Sony FX1 HDV camera. It was actually pretty fancy for the time. It was a couple grand. It's like HDV, which was kind of like this weird label they had for... I don't know if you're pretty young, so I don't know if, did you ever use HDV stuff? It was shot, it was with mini DV tape. It's here somewhere. Yeah, it was HD basically, but recorded onto tape, onto mini DV tape. Exactly the same mini DV tape as anything else. Yeah, it's 1080i, but it's actually kind of a goofy. I'll show you the thing. It's. I wish this scrolled with me, but it won't, of course. Yeah, it shot 1440 1080 interlaced with a 1.33 pixel ratio. So, I mean, looking like I was pretty hard on it once the DSLRs and stuff came out, but actually looking at some stuff here, it's not terrible. I actually really liked some of the camera work on this. Not like some of the fog and stuff. It's like super over the top, but it's not bad. No, it was like super expensive. Basically what happened was we started doing weddings with my cousin in Victoria, and he had this setup where he got a big chunk of money on a regular basis to like run a business, and so he basically hired us as the 2 and 3 of this company. It was kind of a weird idea because he had very little experience in the filming side, but you know, had at least a little bit of like knowledge of like business and stuff, but we were like at the time we're like super the complete opposite, where we would, you know, dabble with movies and stuff, and but knew nothing about how to run anything. So by end we ended up shooting these weddings with Sony FX1, but me and Dan just stole it and would shoot these movies with it. Basically, it's kind of how it turned out. We ended up having 2 of them somehow. I think we ended up giving one away. Oh, I remember some of this is just super cringe. Can you hear the audio as I play it, like on the timeline, or is it just me rambling? I'm assuming it's just me rambling because I think I set the OBS properly. As much as I would like to make it available that you can hear it, it's super cringe. And there's a lot of arguing and stuff. It's actually like super embarrassing. Yeah. There's some like, it's quite this movie is just like, I kind of talked to Dan about it recently, if we even shot it all, and he wasn't sure. But I remember the script being like 20 pages. Yeah, that makes sense. I should just have the playback plugged in, but you're really not missing anything. There's a very little dialogue. Mostly yelling, so. So just have this, all the footage in this huge 7-hour timeline. I don't really normally edit this way. I usually like use source monitor. Like I'll bring this into a source monitor. But because the clips are like, you know, a whole tape long, they're like an hour long. So it's like you kind of have to fish around. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I still like the source better. Some of this fog stuff's kind of cool. Oh yeah, the source monitor. Yeah, it's actually weird. I always used to edit this way, where it's just you put everything on a timeline, and then I just really, like, honestly recently just got into like sourcing and binning and stuff, like a little bit more, I guess, like the real way of doing it. I never liked real ways of doing it, but it does actually speed up, especially if you have like shorter clips, like if you just have like takes. But I'm assuming too, with like, you know, doing documentary stuff, sometimes you just roll for like a couple minutes on some stuff. So I find with like big long clips like this, it's probably just easier just to chop it down. I don't know. When I'm doing something like really quick, like when I help out some YouTubers and stuff I work with, like if they're just doing like a quick vlog, or something that they need it done in like an hour or something, I'll do the same thing. I'll just put it on a timeline, chop it down. Just quick and dirty. Yeah. You know, it's actually one thing is I still am not like crazy with I just learned how to edit before like speeding up. Yeah, I could never really get that to work properly. It always just like, I wish you could just, I'm sure there's a setting where you can play it and then but keep editing at the same time, because like when you do a chop it up, what is it here, like it goes back to normal speed. I don't know if you can set that up. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, speed of the playback. Yeah, I'm sure there's a setting where you can just play it always at fast. I don't know. There's so much stuff you can learn. It's weird. Like I've been editing since like, I mean, close to 20 years and I've been using Premiere most of the time, and there's still so much stuff that like you can still like speed up a lot on. What I was going to say is like I'm still like pretty weak with like shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. Like I don't know, there's something about the mouse cut, like using the mouse a bit, I don't know, makes it feel more like it's in your hands. I don't know, it's just like I'm so weird. What's this 3 watching? Thanks. I see somebody else coming here. Not to say, oh yeah, it's McGee's back. Yeah, you saw my brother, it's McGee, doing the animator stuff, and I haven't even done animator much, so I thought I would do a little editing live stream. I don't know. Mostly I'm just talking, looking at old footage. This footage is like, I'm thinking it's from 2007, so it's like actually more than 10 years old. It's a weird science fiction thing where it's like supposed to be like this zone, it's the brain zone, where it's this alien is like, it's kind of inspired by the like classic Alien movie where the guy has like an alien's crash landed, but sort of he's dying. Yeah, super flashback. We're probably your guys' age at this point. Yeah, so so the alien, he's dying in his ship or something, but he's giving off this kind of weird like brainwave activity that sort of like makes everything's all messed up. Like it's I don't know. See, like I was part of making this movie, and I still don't really know the full story. It was one of Dan's wacky ideas. And seriously, the script was like 20. I remember it was like 20 pages. He swears it was like 30 or 40, but I still remember him like giving me literally like the outline, and it was like 2 sheets of paper that was like on this like paper tray. Like it was like laminated paper tray game board thing, and he's like, yeah, this is the movie, and it's like, it was like 2 pages, like, but like huge writing, like, and I'm like, what? I don't get it, but I guess I trust you. Want to shoot something. So these guys are like this like weird science, like a group to like come and just like kind of find out what's going on with this brain zone. Some of the dialogue in this is just brutal. I'll show you some. Do you guys want to see some like of the gory parts? There's like an alien. We made Jeff here. This is our buddy Jeff. We made him keep his awesome like handlebar mustache there. That's just rocking. He said he didn't get laid for a while. Took him. He had to shave it off. You want to hear the dialogue? We could put a little bit on. What's a way that we can do it without? It's so bad. Oh, well, that flashed. That was weird there. He's supposed to be like shooting like some aliens. And so all this footage is interlaced actually, and what before I even edited, I was gonna kind of make it progressive scan and even make it 24 frames a second, which you can do actually fairly easily if you have the hard drive space to turn it from 60i to 60p, and then basically you double that, so it goes to 120p, and then with this program you can now then divide that by 5, so it takes away 5 frames and for every frame, yeah, it keeps a frame, it takes 5, so you can actually 24p old 60i footage pretty easily without having any kind of like weird distorted frames. And that's what I want to do. I wanted to do with all the footage before I edited it, but it was just too much footage. So I'm going to do it after. Probably be a lot easier anyways. This is up in like just where we live. It's this weird like area where they burn cars and stuff for the fire department. And it has all these cool little rocks and stuff. We've shot here quite a bit. Even this like 7 to 8 hours, I really think if I really wanted to make a real movie out of it or something where it's like tangible, it's gonna be 20 minutes long. There's a lot of just a lot of goofy stuff. A little trick with the, I don't know if you guys care, but the interlaced footage thing I was rambling about is actually you can turn things into 60 progressive and then slow it down, so you can get slow-mo out of this stuff too, that again doesn't look too goofy. Yeah, there's 7 hours of footage. Yeah, it's a lot of it's like, well, I think it's there's about 7 full tapes, 6 or 7 full tapes here, and then yeah, the timeline goes to 7 hours. So it's I always thought this would be such a cool thing to have, like a live stream of like, you know, an actually good movie or something that where you're literally just watching the dailies of like, you know, say whatever, like, you know, a Spider-Man movie or whatever movie you're into, just watching dailies like that could literally be awesome. I'd watch like, you know, all the footage of something. Well, I guess but I did say good movie. Some of the blues and like the I remember this was a really nice sunny good summer, and you can really see the blue popping and stuff in here. Some of the stuff looks pretty good actually. This is Dan. He plays a guy named Nash, something Nash. We even made these little like tags. I don't know if you see it, but you can see he's got a name tag. Where is, I'm trying to find something here. Oh, this is like some weird alien things that Dan made. Oh, there's a cool little action sequence. Hey, that actually would look pretty cool. Let's slow it down slightly, because you have a little bit of ability to do that if you kind of de-interlace it. They have these like weird like little horn things. It's almost like, it totally looks like a helmet, but it's like alien enough, I guess. Oh, that's the end of the tape there. So this goes to tape 2. Yeah, well, I mean, realistic. Just trying to make it a little high energy. Get some energy in there. Like something like this. I'm gonna make this video a little bit bigger. Yeah, stuff like this, like where you're trying to make it, you know, he's moving around, so it's actually, he's static, but trying to make it a little bit more jazzy. Jazz it up. That's kind of a cool shot there, actually. Spence rolling off the dirt. I'm gonna turn this off. Give you a little Little taste of the dialogue. My sound is just brutal on my speakers. 2007, before stabilizer existed. I'm sure they existed. We tried to always make some sort of a stabilizing thing. We made a couple like cranes and stuff, wooden cranes, but yeah, they didn't have gimbals or anything. That's for sure. Well, they might have, but it might have been crazy expensive. When in doubt, put some more fog in there. Well, yeah. Well, you know, you gotta make it look like something. It's not my first rodeo. Maybe the live stream is, but. Oh, this is when Jeff's like, yeah, I think they kind of pop too. They have a nice color to it. This is clearly like before you'd shoot things at like, you know, even like the idea of like making something flat and then color grading it in post was not really thought about back then, because really, like, I was actually looking up color grading and it's fairly new practice. I guess Coen Brothers did it on that Where Brother Where Art Thou? And I think that was like the first real like heavy use of digital color grading, and now it's just kind of like the, you know, normal thing. But I think, yeah, like, I do agree. I think stuff looks pretty good. It always had this like kind of crazy like sharpness to it, like almost like over sharp. Can you guys hear some of that cringy background dialogue? It's just a lot of rolling and yelling at each other. It's kind of funny. Super quiet. Good. Got to keep a little dignity. Oh, this is gonna be wow. Look how plain this looks. So we have like this tarp here and these like little foam core things, and it was totally always supposed to be a much more elaborate shot. Like, is this locked? It's locked down. So what we were gonna do is add a lot of extra stuff to this. Like, it's just basically just the people would be left and like a little bit of the background, the trees and stuff, but the rest would have like fire going and, you know, people in the background and stuff. Like, it would be a lot more elaborate, but it looks so silly. Just like this. It's just a tarp there. Yeah. Well, foam core, that's the spoiler, is that this foam core is like what killed the aliens. They don't like styrofoam. They're very energy conscious. They green. Yep. Actually, tarps are we have that in our zombie movie that we did too. Yeah, we were like really into visual effects, and the movie we did that actually we finished, the zombie movie called Massacre Hill, we actually that was the first time we ever used like After Effects and stuff, so we definitely knew make a quick map painting. Yeah. Yeah. We were definitely gonna make that something, but of course we never did. No, actually, I think I do remember mocking something up quickly just after we shot that, but I don't know where. I would not know where to find that. This is Dan's. Oh, Dan's trying to be like he's a total asshole here. I think he like ignores the girl. He's got this big giant cell phone thing. Oh, these were some cool shots. And actually, I remember this was totally planned to slow this down. And I actually remember doing this even when we shot. I took these couple hay shots or whatever it is, and slowed it down, and it looked really cool. Just Spence's hair and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, it looked actually. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I actually do really feel like editing this now because it's not. There's some stuff that's not bad. If anything, it looks okay at times. I remember. I think I was pushing, or Dan was pushing me. Or no, couldn't. Dan's in the shot, so he couldn't. Somebody was pushing me in a wheelchair on a plank of wood on a couple of these shots. I don't know how many times we did that. I think we might have abandoned it after one try. She's supposed to be like a clairvoyant, right, Dan? Yeah, I think we just make it absolutely ridiculous. Like I was thinking, like because in a weird way, like it's also it's still done like very like straight. Like it's not done like. Oh yeah, Claire pushed me, I think. Yeah, a blooper movie. could be like a Mel Brooks type thing where you just put the bloopers in. Oh, we really lost a lot of sun there in that shot. Yeah, I remember this movie actually ended up like had a lot of there was a lot of fighting, like legit fighting. It was kind of a bitter movie. I remember. Look how badass you are. I'm trying to be. I love Jeff's like handlebar there. Look at that. It's a work of art. What else we got in here? We use the fogger a lot. I love the guns are just like sort of like they're just pop bottles and things glued together. It's Dan's handiwork. That's actually I think a Nerf gun or something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is clearly like some sort of like juice bottle or something. a lot of gun shooting random things. Hey, it's McGee and Forrest. Are if you're still there, do you enjoy editing? I know you guys both do film. Um, do you think do you like editing? I think if you do documentaries and stuff, I think you have to like kind of like editing. I know Forrest does. He's working on a documentary and stuff, or is it? Do you find it sort of like the just part of the process? I mean, clearly distracted by a far superior movie. do you yeah, I love editing. I think it's weird. I do a lot of editing now. Even turned it into like somewhat of like, you know, my job now, which is like pretty crazy, and I would never have multitask. Yeah, it's actually that's kind of what I was doing. I was listening to your live stream and editing at the same time. It's when I always say it's kind of like the last time you write the movie, in a way. Edit this sequence. I want to do a fun sequence. Yeah, totally. I like it because it's like it's. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah. It is. Yeah, I definitely think it's, and I like it because it's like it's kind of in a weird way. It's like solitary too. Like you can kind of like, just chill. Yeah, that's true. And documentary, and yeah, documentary. I could totally see it being like, and you hear those stories where like people set out to do a documentary and it's the story they're trying to tell, and then it ends up being completely different or like somewhat different in once they actually figure out the story. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, editing is yeah, I really like it. I find it too. It's not as hectic too. Like shooting and stuff is kind of like, let's just get it all in the can, and you know, hopefully you kind of get it all in a way. And then editing, you can kind of like, you know, you can kind of take your time depending on whatever the project you're doing. Hopefully you're allowed that if you're just doing it as like a gig, allowed to let you know, let yourself be creative, or they let you do that. Oh yeah, so Spence comes out of here and he's got a bomb in his gut. I'm gonna edit this and then I'll probably close down the live stream just because I've been literally editing since 5 o'clock this morning and I'm kind of beat, but this is kind of a cool scene. So I think Spence comes out of here. Just trying to find where this scene actually starts. Yeah. So I think this is where this kind of sequence starts. So I'm just gonna like sort of hone in on this chunk here, see if it actually makes any sense. What's this stuff here? Oh yeah, this is early on. These are some miniatures that we shot. They're supposed to be like in the background of some of the stuff. Maybe I'll get into that. There's not much in here. Where is that? Oh yeah, here it is. So this gets kind of gory, so if you don't like gore. So we have the yeah, this is kind of like a crazy sequence. Let's see this. So so it's supposed to be like super over the top. So this is kind of spoilers too. This Jeff's character here, Handlebar Man, he kind of blows up here. It's so what's happened is Spence, the long-haired blonde guy, he stumbles. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Actually, yeah. The concept behind the idea of like coming back to something like years later, but actually like the boyhood thing is so cool. But I've had like we've mulled some ideas of like doing something like that too, like for a lot of this stuff. I mean, to me, this movie like felt like yesterday in a weird way. Yeah, but yeah, almost like a commentary of like what the movie's going like. Yeah, it would totally work. So I'm gonna piece this scene together, this little sequence. Let's see if I can do it. So again, like I'm just kind of using the timeline. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna reveal this. I'm gonna make it its own sequence. Oh, that won't work actually. Next, I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna find it again. The heck is it? Weird. Can't find it. So anyway, I'm actually, maybe I'll just copy it. So copy, and I'm gonna start a new. I feel like I'm doing like a tutorial on a new sequence. I'm just gonna. This is gonna be the blood, or I don't know, bloody bomb scene. Again, like I don't remember this movie at all. So like I remember parts, like I remember like the idea, sort of the idea, but I don't know how it's gonna go or anything. Maybe that's the beauty of it. It was meant to be edited 11 years later, and then it becomes like an opus. The Francis Brothers film opus. The one we're remembered for. BRAINZONE. And even the name, like BRAINZONE. Dan, I know he's on here, so maybe you can explain what that means exactly. Oh, I made it like a weird sequence. Let's see. I don't know, something like this. Sure. Okay. You're a little worried, but okay. So I kind of like this, like he kind of pulls his gun up here, but I kind of want to get to the. Again, we didn't shoot things properly. Like we didn't like have like traditional coverage or anything on this. So he's gonna come out of the woods here. Let's just start from the start. So Dan's stuff we shot after for some reason. We have Spence. Climb out of the trees here. Yeah, that's a cool shot there. Rico's in the, his name's Rico for some reason. So I'm taking this first clip and I'm dragging it over. So that's gonna be the, he's kind of falling and stuff. Yeah, I have like, I mean, I kind of have this regular doing like TV movies editing. That's kind of what I've been doing the last yeah, it does have a very Predator feel. Yeah, I've been editing for Rapid Heart Pictures. We've been doing some TV movies for the last year and a half or two. Yeah, a year and a half. But it's slightly slow. Well, I wouldn't say slowing down, but just got into some more freelance gigs because I didn't want to bank on just having that one thing forever. So got a couple YouTube gigs, and yeah, it's been good. I kind of really like the shot. It actually kind of looks like kind of weird because it's got a high frame rate because of the 60i. It totally does need it feels like a Predator coming to come out. It's got this cool like Predator kind of feel in the forest here. Yeah, I've been working with a girl, like a musician too, from San Fran, doing like a video a week for her, just a quick little music video, covers and stuff. I never really like try to like really throw myself into the freelance freelance game, but I just decided I should try. Yeah, like there is a POV shot, so I'm just chill, Dan. Just chill. I'm just storytelling here. I like his kind of stumble here. He's got like a, and I like how Dan's character, who's supposed to be the main character, he sort of like points a gun at him, and then like. I'm just gonna shoot him then. Dan's a real dick in this movie. Well, at least at this point. Dan's got a cool gun here. I think it's just a regular gun. I think he just kind of sits in the background. Yeah. It's weird. This kind of gives me flashbacks of like using these giant tape worth of footage where you're just kind of like combing through it. It's not that easy. There's not much there. So I got like that. I'm just leaving that for now. I'm actually gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this as sort of like a bin. Just move that shit over. So this dance clip, and then
say hey, it's Rico. You guys, hey, it's Rico. Go towards him, Spence.
I kind of like the lighting here. It's kind of cool. Briefly, I think it's more accidental than anything. I kind of like this stumble and stuff. How you guys liking this free this live stream? Yeah, now pay up for this glorious live stream. How you guys liking it? Yeah, it's a natural fog deposit in this forest. No, it's just a cheap Walmart Walmart fog machine. I think we might have had multiple at this time. Yeah, I wanted to do this for a while, and definitely for our next like more major project, I want to have like I literally just like edit every time I edit is gonna be on live stream. I don't know. I just think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna trademark it like those guys tried to do with the um what's those guys that the Fine Brothers, was it the Fine Brothers? Somebody tried to copyright like we'll play this. I kind of like the shot where it's kind of like an over the shoulder of Spence coming from the tree. It's kind of inspired actually. Yeah, Fine Brothers. Yeah, they tried to like trademark Let's Plays or something, which I mean, sure. But then they were, I heard the, yeah, React. Yeah, the React channel. I'm going to trademark live stream editing. We'll see how far I can get. See, now Dan's character is like actually cares a little bit, which is kind of like the struggle here. And don't shoot him. Shoot him and figure it out later. That's literally your line, Dad. Is don't shoot. Yeah, for sure. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, your line in that is Claire Rose is like, don't shoot. Don't shoot, and it's something like screw off. We'll shoot him and figure it out later. Wow. So stumbling. I like the stumbling here, and then he kind of like that. Maybe he sees him here. See if that works. Yeah, I don't know. I think it needs to start here for some reason. Why do I feel that? They're walking there before he lifts it up. Crop that. Yeah, something like that. Well, maybe not that far. And then he stumbles up. I don't like how he kind of stumbles. I liked how he kind of climbs in this tree here. And then, yeah, something like that. And then you see him. We'll cheat a bit and bring the footage back a bit. So he's still like, yeah, like that. He's just a little early. Because he's sort of like, here stumbling. Maybe he just hears the stumbling, like, oh, someone's over there. Yeah, shoot.
Go towards him, Spence.
See what else I got going here. Oh, this is a different shot. It's a little bit
Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico.
They've just figured out that it's Rico. He's like 4 feet in front of us. I kind of like that shot there. I think it like it better than.
Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico. Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico.
It's a little slow here, but we'll piece it together.
Figure it out.
I don't know what he's saying here.
Figure it out later. Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico.
This is where you gotta like get the. I make a lot of sound effects when I edit. And then, yeah, I'm gonna bring some audio in here. Let's see here. He's pointing his gun, and then she's like, "Don't shoot."
Don't shoot.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't shoot.
I should have a little bit of her batting the gun down. Don't shoot.
Figure it out later.
I'll figure.
Hey, it's Rico.
Do it. Cut from the wide to the close of me bringing up gun. Well, I'm getting to the gun. I'm right now. I'm kind of like picking the best stuff.
Figure it out later. Hey, it's
I
Rico.
find the holes I need.
Don't shoot. Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico. Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico. Hey, it's
I am.
Rico.
It's clearly I'm the older one.
Hey, it's Rico. Hey, it's Rico. It's Rico. It's Rico. Go towards him, Spence.
I like your that gun point there. I don't need your move there though.
Don't shoot. Figure it out later.
I kind of like mid. Try to do like this. Yeah, something like that.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico. It's Rico.
I really like him kind of stumbling out of here. Oh, that's a double there. I do like that shot though too.
Hey, it's Rico.
Nah, let's speed it up. Let's make that there.
Hey, it's Rico.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then get rid of that. remember Dan's character doesn't even help out and stuff. That's why one of the guys ends up exploding. I think this is all this junk. Oh yeah, they don't actually. Yeah, he like kind of stumbles in. What was the last shot we did? Oh yeah, he's like on the ground, I think. What do we have here? Gotta see what's available. That's the thing too. Is like I highly recommend when you editing, especially a big project, you kind of watch. You know, make sure you watch all the dailies to make sure you're getting the best performances and stuff. This way I'm just sort of just hacking right now. It's kind of like what I usually do though, is like kind of like I hack the story into it, like make the flow go, and then if there's anything like, you know, better performances or something, I'll like sub it out. Or if there's like a more dynamic shot or something, I kind of like to lay it out first. Kind of almost like writing, right? Like you kind of lay it out and then kind of fine tune. Oh, you gotta have the vomiting. I think we've had a vomit in like every movie we've ever done. Even though you can't really see that one, unfortunately. You know, it's hard to capture. Vomit doesn't look like vomit on film. Some of this fog coming through the sun here is pretty dope actually. You know, some of this stuff's pretty accidental, but I'll take credit for it because I'm behind the camera. I think he actually spat on him. Kind of weird. It's a cool shot though. Let's get that in there. So he's stumbling. Yeah, he kind of like, well, I guess he never goes back to his knee. So this is kind of like an issue you run into a lot with making movies, is, you know, stuff that, you know, where the actors do something different, or like, you know, the direction is poor, so they don't end up doing the same thing. So like here, it's like Spence comes out of the trees here, and he sort of goes to the ground, but it looks like he doesn't do that again, unfortunately. But we can still get the stumble in here, which is still my favorite part of it. It's like that. So I'm gonna trim that. Then I'm gonna take, I kind of like this one, but he kind of keeps going. He doesn't do the puke, so let's see what we can do here. The puke here. There's a lot of like, that's a lot of the 7 hours is just, you know, random footage like this. We're just setting it up and stuff. But it's actually kind of cool behind the scenes stuff now. It's stuff that you don't really get anymore. There's one thing about behind the scenes, like if you guys are still listening, if you're shooting movies and stuff, is you really need to get behind the scenes stuff, because it's one thing I've really realized with like making movies and stuff for a long time is you really want to see stuff of like making the movie. It's kind of crazy to think about that you don't do it, like just because you know, you don't have enough people or something, but like the stuff's like gold. And it's like sometimes, like, I mean, this perfect example is the stuff behind the scenes is like more interesting, and to me, as just as a life capsule of some sort. I'm really bummed me out that we didn't do a lot of it on our feature that we just finished like a couple months ago. We didn't do a lot of behind the scenes at all, and it kills me. Yeah, I think and it's not even just as like a consumer of behind the scenes, if that makes any sense. Like, I think it's like it's kind of like that vlogging thing where, you know, even if you don't have a lot of followers doing vlogs, at least you have like some sort of like record of like, not a record, just something to look back on. Like, I don't know, I just find that super interesting. And you know, just how things come together, and you know, you totally forget about stuff. Like, I mean, I don't even remember really shooting a lot of this, and I'm glad I have it. Really, like, it's cool. I mean, really, like, all this stuff is like, yeah, good for, oh, absolutely, like, it's got a double standard, like the double, you know, double power to it is the, you know, it's the documenting of what you're doing, like, just creating more stuff. Really, it's all content, right? I'm a big fan of like creating more content, and that's kind of like what my goal's been lately, and I think it's worth doing. Let's get back to some editing here. I'm kind of burning out a little bit, but I'm liking this so far. I like the worst part of the reaction of like, Dan is like, oh, he didn't want to get like dirty or something. Yeah, I've noticed that with your stuff, and it's really cool. And I think it's just the way you have to think nowadays. Is it's, you know, making these movies, and even like your documentary. It's like, I mean, that takes a lot of time, right? Like, if you were just doing the documentary, it would be like, it's, and then again, like it you kind of just, you know, we kind of had that problem with our feature, is that we just didn't have a lot of content to like, but it's like, but we made a movie, right? And that's, you know, a lot of people like think that that's all you kind of need to do, and I mean, that could have worked, you know, in 1994, but I don't think it really. Yeah, you should. Yeah. I forget what I lost my train of thought. Yes. Probably we were born in 94. I'm guessing that was when you were born. 94? No. You're younger than that, aren't you? Oh, you were born in 94. I think I was in grade 7. Wow, that makes me feel so freaking old. Oh yeah, 94 was like, 94 is like, there was a couple big years of movies, really, like, I was it 82? The year I was born. Was it 82? What's the one with like E.T. and there's just a ton of movies. But 94 is like, yeah, like, I mean, there's everything. Clerks and Clerks is all I can think of right now. I know 94 is a lot of movies. It was a big indie year, that's for sure. Like, those years, those kind of early mid 90s. Oh, nice. Yeah, E.T. was 82. There was a bunch of oh yeah, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, there's a lot of that. The indie cinema is where it really, like, those years, the 92 to like 94, or basically 91 to 94, I guess. Big years. I think he pukes here too. Matrix is 94? No, can't be. There's no audio here for some reason. Oh, this is Christoph fluming the flames. Fluming? Is that a word? Yeah, 99. Yeah, Matrix is newer than that. Oh yeah, 99. Yeah, 9. I think Fight Club. Yeah. That's a gross puke. I kind of like. He's kind of low there, and then he's too high here. Oh, maybe that would work. What if I went from there? Maybe if he just stayed higher up. Yeah, it looks neat. I noticed too on these ones too, and we kind of still do it in a way, is we kind of like direct while we're making stuff, like while the camera's rolling. It's like, yeah, go down here. Then he opens up his belly. It's like he opens up his shirt. Yeah, gotta have a puke scene. This is us making the puke. He's got the puke in his mouth. Oh, he's fluent. Oh, I think I already looked at that. I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. But thanks a lot for checking this out. This is fun. I really want to do this again. What do you guys think? Thumbs up? Should we do this again? Should I pick up? Should I not even touch this movie unless I'm on live stream? Is that the deal? And then you're forced to watch it when it's done. That's the clip? Okay. I'll turn it up a little bit just so you can hear. Okay, this is what I got so far. I'm thinking, wait, we gotta put some music in this.
Oh shoot! Figure it out later. Hey, it's Rico. Yeah, move forward.
That's it. We added 12 seconds. It's looking okay. It's rough. It's rough right now. Wow, that took a long time for 12 seconds. A lot of talking too and stuff. I don't know. Just getting the feel of it. I'm liking it. I'm liking this so far. I'll save it and I'll bring this up next time. Thanks for checking this out. I might come on tomorrow if I feel like it. Oh, the audio is good. Like my voice is good. How's the sync and stuff? Because I think I'm using my phone for the actual webcam, but it might be a little bit like rubbery lips, but that's not a big deal. I doubt you're even looking at my face anyways. But yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for a lot. Yeah, checking us out. Hey, it's McGee. What's your name? Is McGee your name? I'm assuming McGee's your last name. Just throwing it out there. Sweet. Thanks a lot for checking out all our live streams and stuff. It's super interesting. I find the live stream there's something there. I like it a lot. Cool. Yeah, I don't really know how to close this, but yeah, thanks a lot. Just been cool. Oh, just McGee last name. Can I? You should just be like, just their, just like share like McGee, because it totally works as like as a, as a name. Later, man. Later, Forrest, and see you later, McGee, and come on next time. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's like kind of like almost like McG. I don't know if you, that director, the music video director, McGee, directed by McGee. Later. Let's see if I can stop this thing. Oh, I guess I just